Hey everyone, welcome to House Call. I'm Dr. Boone Brock. I'm here with Daniel Miller. But speaking of money, that is a good segue into the next story I wanted to touch a little bit. Before I get there, let me shout out Abita real quick. But so there's this town in California that I guess it was an experiment. They decided to do like universal income or something.
Stockton,
California. Stockton, California. So for 2 years, everybody in the study, I don't know how they chose. Maybe it was the whole town. Maybe everybody. I don't know. But everybody got $500 a month. Like just no questions asked. Here you go. Here's your $500 a month for 2 years. And a lot of people thought if you just give people money, they're going to buy drugs. They're going to buy rims. They're going to buy blah, blah, blah.
Big screen televisions.
Yeah. Nothing good's going to come of it. But apparently, like, this town is flourishing. It's like, people are, investing their money, doing good things with their money. Very little, like, of the dumb stuff that you thought was going to happen, happened. But I say this all the time. It's not shocking to me at all. That is not shocking to me. Because you know me, my philosophy, if I'm in charge, everybody's getting paid.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting paid well. And the reason for that is it doesn't make any sense to make it so that people have to struggle for their basics.
Right.
Nothing good can come out of that. People who are in survival mode don't prosper.
Right.
Most of the time.
Right.
Being in survival mode changes your performance. So just take everybody out of survival mode.
Yeah.
And watch what happens.
And we have
Listen,
the means to do it.
I am convinced. I thought of this the other day. I wanted to tell you. I think I figured out we should just have Utopia. You could have Utopia.
How?
Okay, think of it this way. What do you imagine? What does Utopia look like to you?
Equality.
Okay.
I mean, I think there should be, we need to close the wealth gap.
Okay.
So people shouldn't have to figure out where their next
right.
meal is going to come from.
So
that's Utopia.
Everybody's got what they need.
Yeah.
So in my Utopia, just like you said, everybody's kind of flush for cash. Everybody has what they need. Everybody's kind and loving to each other. We kind of give each other freely, and like, there's no crime. There's no.
Well, yeah, I think that's just a natural result of people having money.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you really wouldn't have to worry about robbing someone because you're good.
Yeah.
Right. So there's no crime. There's not this sense of like us versus them. Everybody's cool with each other, and you can mind your own business, and nobody will care about that. But there's no animosity, right? It's all just kind of loving.
Yeah.
Now, what about that is not possible?
I know. It's all possible.
It's all possible. And so I've thought about this. I was like, well, I think everybody would agree that Utopia is a good idea, right? If I could do it, if I could make Utopia, everybody would come.
Right.
But here's my point. We could just do that, right? We could all just agree to no longer be greedy. We could agree to no longer have animosity toward each other. We could just stop. Like, think about it. If like Bill Gates and all the billionaires, everybody that has more money than they need, what if they all just like started like handing out the money to like people who don't have any money? It wouldn't take that long before there were no homeless people. There were no, right? You know what I mean?
Like,
clean
that up in a week.
It would be done. Forget about regulations. Forget about government oversight. What if we just did it? What would happen is eventually it'd be like, well, I just want to do nice things because somebody did something nice for me. So I kind of feel compelled. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get my yard tools. I'm gonna clean up that vacant lot. It's ugly. It's an eyesore, and I don't have anything to do today. So I'm gonna just go do that. Right. And little by little, the world would just all of a sudden be good.
Yeah.
I'm really convinced that if we all just like what everybody's like, You trying to do Utopia? You trying to do it? You in? What's up? You want to do Utopia?
Yeah.
If we could just be like, everybody, let's go. Here we go on 3. Why couldn't we?
Resistance. People don't believe in that stuff, man.
I agree
about free education and free this.
I agree with you. But my point is, that's the only reason.
That's the only reason it hasn't happened?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not that it couldn't be done.
Right. Yeah. People were convinced somehow that it can't be done. That
Right.
It's gonna be
People
done.
are convinced it's not possible.
It's socialism.
Right. But I'm like, forget about socialism. The government isn't telling anybody in my utopia, the government is completely right wing. They're like, everybody mind your business. We're not minding your business. You're allowed to do whatever you want to do. But if we just agreed that it's utopia now.
Yep.
So what? Who cares?
Yeah.
I'm doing what I want to do. And what I want to do is be nice.
Yeah. Right.
Be kind and loving.
I would love to not see people struggling like this.
And everybody thinks, or lots of people think, oh, people would become lazy and people, but Stockton, California proved it. That didn't happen.
Right. Right.
And I don't think it would happen ever, anywhere.
Yeah, I agree. If you give people money, if you give people more money, you're going to see better results.
If you meet people's basic needs, then their fundamental desire to self-actualize will kick in. That's what people are forgetting. Look at Maslow.
Right.
Look at Maslow's work. Take away the issues at the bottom, and people want to start climbing to the top.
Yeah.
Of that chart.
Once they can kick the garbage off of them.
Right.
That's what it takes.
If you're not worried about your physiological needs, if you're not worried about your safety needs, then you can think about other stuff. But people are in survival mode.
Every day. Yep.
I don't understand why that's so difficult for people to understand. It seems easy to me.
And we're talking, and it's not just the billionaires who are thinking like that, but they got other poor people doing the dirty work for them.
Yeah, that's the biggest hustle of America.
It is.
Is convincing poor people that they should help the rich people get more rich.
Yeah.
That is the hustle.
And completely blind to the socialism that's taking place at the top. All these bailouts and things.
Right.
Of this nature, rewriting laws.
They already have utopia.
They got it. Socialism is working for them.
Right
now. Right now. Yeah.
It's just the biggest hustle ever. I'm just like, you know what we should do? We should just, on 3, everybody, listen, you trying to do utopia? I think we should just do it.
Yeah, I'm with it.
I mean, I don't even need somebody fanning me and, feed me grapes. Although that would be nice if you're trying to feed me grapes.
How much is that person getting paid in Utopia?
A lot.
To feed you grapes.
Are you serious?
Yeah, is that a $50,000 paycheck?
Oh, it's way more than 50 G's.
Just to feed you grapes.
Listen.
Oh, you gotta have the fan and everything.
The fan, you gotta be.
And it's a girl. You said she.
I didn't say that.
You did though. We can rewind it.
I wouldn't say something like that.
But you would want a woman doing it, right?
I'm equal opportunity. Whoever
so
wants
some
to
big buff dude can do it for you.
If that's who wants to fan me, we'll look at all the applications.
You're gonna take a look at all of them.
We'll take a look at it.
Consider each and every one.
I'm open. Whoever's the most qualified to feed grapes and stuff is who I want. You know what I mean? It's not about.
And if that's a woman, it's a woman.
If it happens to be, who am I?
Right.
Who am I to tell her that she's not qualified to fan me with the little outfit on? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could dig it.
But truthfully, I don't even need that in my utopia.
Yeah, I don't need that.
I don't need that. That's what I was saying. I don't need that in my utopia. Now, if I'm going to live a life where somebody's fanning me and feeding me grapes.
You want it to be someone who's fun to look at.
That's probably what would happen.
Yeah. That's really the only reason to do it.
That would literally be the only reason, because I don't even like to be cool. I don't need all that.
I don't want you hovering over top.
I'm like, you know what? Can you just stand over there?
Yeah, I don't need you
seriously
hovering over me. Like yeah.
But I don't even need that for my utopia.
Right.
My utopia is everybody's okay.
Yeah, me too.
I don't understand how anybody likes the other. Like, think about this for a second. What's the argument against that?
Socialism. People will get lazy. That's what people are going to say. People are going to get lazy. People aren't going to go to work. If you're guaranteeing people a house.
I don't want to go to work.
Yeah, who wants
Who
to?
wants to go to work? Like, think about this. The ultra wealthy people don't just go out and get 9 to 5s.
No.
You know why? Because that's not the thing to do.
No, because money is coming in as they're sleeping.
That's what I'm saying.
As they're out on their yacht,
why,
money is coming
you
in.
need me to work at Kinko's?
Yeah.
Why?
Right.
No. Everybody's cool. In my utopia, everybody's cool. And you stay productive by doing things that bring you joy. So there's going to be somebody out there who's a carpenter. Mm-hmm. So his joy or her joy is going to be, redoing your basement, mm-hmm. which you have plenty of money to pay for. Right. So you pay her handsomely. Right. Because it's utopia. Mm-hmm. And I respect you and I value you.
Right.
How hard is that? That doesn't even seem difficult to me.
How would small businesses work?
It's perfect.
So if I can't afford, though, at Soul Notes Photography,
what do you mean?
I can't afford to give, so let's say minimum wage.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's utopia. You're good. You have the ability to pay.
Then at that point, then really, what is the point of having any currency at all?
I ain't want to say that, but that's a good idea. We should run out of a flagpole. It's a pointless idea.
You're going to have to convince me about that.
Okay.
I would think that would take more.
Okay. We use money to exchange goods and services, right? But look how it has played out in America. America's the one place on earth where you can pretty much make as much money as you want to make, mm-hmm. right? How's that going for us?
Yeah, not going well. But how do you take that all the way out of the fold?
Maybe you don't take it all the way out of the fold. All I'm saying is change the paradigm. Right now in America, the idea is hoard as much money as you can. Mm-hmm. And what I'm saying is if money became, think about if you thought of money as like a tool, like a hammer. I mean, your dad hoarded tools. He had more tools than any 3 carpenters ever needed. Mm-hmm. But that's still only probably 5-6 hammers.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You wouldn't need 1 billion of them. That would seem stupid.
Yeah.
But in America, having 1 billion hammers makes sense. Because we no longer think about what the hammer's meant for. Mm-hmm. We think about having the hammer itself.
Yeah, it represents, it's a status.
It's a status symbol. Mm-hmm. Right. But money's just a tool. So, okay, if we need to keep track of some level of equity by having this monetary system, and when you come get bread, you have to give me 5 units. Okay, fine. But you never have to worry about running out of units. And there's no point in having more than you need. Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
but you would run out of units if you're spending frivolously, right? I mean, if you're
but in my utopia, why would you spend frivolously? You only need what you need. Greed is gone in my utopia.
I mean, so let's say we come up with this more socialist like.
I don't even want to call it socialist. No,
that's what I'm gonna call it, because I mean.
You're going to scare all the people away.
You are going to scare. That frustrates the hell out of me. You can't use basic words that mean things because people hijack these words. And use them.
Now it means something else.
It means something. Okay. So you have this world.
Call it collectivism.
Collectivism. I like that.
Okay.
So you have this world where everyone's basic needs are filled. I still don't know that necessarily translates to greed.
Think about it like this. If we created a culture where we valued each other more than we valued having stuff, you could still have money.
Which is achievable if everyone's basic needs are met.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and no one's looking at you because you're driving this Mercedes and they have to walk to work.
So here's the thing. What I'm saying is, in my utopia, I'm allowed to have my Mercedes because I enjoy having a Mercedes. There are people who don't want a Mercedes. So,
does everyone in Utopia, does everyone have access to the Mercedes?
You could have a Mercedes if you want to.
Even the person that's working at McDonald's.
Yes. Here's why. Here's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, in Utopia, I mean, it's entirely possible for there to be somebody who says, I don't I don't have access to money like that. But my point is, there really would, that you remove the hindrances and the hurdles. And so the idea is, theoretically, that person could make enough money and buy a Mercedes. There's nothing in the way. There concretely, there's nothing in the way. And so if he chooses to, then he will. But maybe he doesn't value that, so he doesn't. Right? Like, I would just want to demystify it. I would want to make it so that it's not. There are a lot of hurdles to making money in America. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that gets in the way that makes it so that it's not accessible to everyone. And that just doesn't make any sense.
For generations.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense that you could be born into a situation that makes it very, very unlikely you'll ever be anything but poor.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a bad system. And so what I would want is one where Bill Gates intuitively knows that there's a homeless person that lives down the street from him and can't sleep at night because that's not cool. And so he goes and he finds that dude and he says, hey, man, seems like you're down on your luck. Yeah, you know, I was a stockbroker and I lost my shirt and blah, blah, blah. Or I was a veteran and I, you know, have PTSD and, you know, it's hard for me to maintain my mental health, blah, blah, blah. What could I do to help? I don't know. I mean, you know, if you want to hand me $100,000, I could probably get back on my feet. Oh, that's all you need? Why don't I just make it 200? Mm-hmm. Here, man.
I'm trying to figure out how we get rid of homelessness entirely. So if you make housing a right, everyone gets housing.
Forget about that. See, you keep on trying to legislate it. I don't want to legislate it. I want to make it. I just want to make us better people.
How you do it without
you change the culture.
You can't change culture without changing rules. People respond to rules. People respond to boundaries. You already know, like I know with kids. If you don't set up boundaries.
Yeah, but the boundaries, in my opinion, the boundaries should not be laws.
So, okay, you set them up at first and then you remove them after the culture and the mind. And
in my opinion,
thinking.
If we just teach our children and lead by example that greed is fundamentally bad and that
would take 100 years.
You think?
Yes.
Nah.
What?
Nah.
You're talking about generations, and that's 100 years.
Give me 20 years.
Couple generations.
Give me 20 years. 20 years. We could fundamentally change America in 20 years. Facebook already did it.
What do you mean?
Facebook has changed America.
Oh, yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be done now. Because of social media, it could be done now.
I just think
you're gonna have some greedy people.
Yeah.
You're gonna have some greedy people that continue to try to hoard money, but fundamentally changing the culture so that most people frown upon greed. Give me 20 years.
In Utopia, do people need to contribute to society in order to?
Yeah, you would want to.
Right, but what if? So there's people with mental health needs and mental health issues who feel like, I just can't get up and go to work. I just can't do it. What do we do with them?
Give them the help that they need.
With the idea of getting them back into work and contributing to society?
Well, you're using the old paradigm.
Well, I'm trying to play devil's advocate here.
Okay.
Because that would still happen. And I admit, based on this this research or the study that they did in California, I admit that would be just a minuscule amount of people. That would be a small amount of people who would do that.
The number of people who would say, oh, they're going to help me, so I'm just going to be chilling. I'm going to put my feet up on the couch since they're helping me. I don't even have to do anything. The number of people who would do that is so small that it's negligible. It's not worth having a conversation about
that. Just pisses me off when people
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's not what would happen.
Ignore the people at the top doing it. That's the shit that pisses me
off. The people at the top are lamping. Yeah. They're chilling. They are not working.
Right. Big time.
So why you mind laziness now?
Right. Right.
That just seems unkind.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that was a long way to go.
Interesting study, though. I'm glad they did it.
Danny, I'm telling
2
you,
years
man.
is a long time, too.
Listen, I firmly believe that there's a way to completely right the ship. Not completely. It's not going to be like 100% we're good. There's a way, though, to get us moving in the right direction.
Right. Essentially, what you're talking about is ending poverty.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
In my opinion, we have to end poverty. America cannot be great until we end poverty. If you still have people living up under the bridge, then this country's trash.
Right.
Simple and plain.
Yeah.
We suck at life if we allow for millions of people in our country to live under the bridge. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
People got mansions. And then down the street, there's somebody living on a piece of cardboard.
Literally, right down the street.
How does that not mean you suck at life?
Right. Yeah.
Because I know you were taught to share. And if you weren't, whoever raised you sucks at life.
Right. Yeah. But the mind, man. The mind, you can block all that stuff out.
Yes, that's
rewrite
true.
the story of why this guy and this girl's homeless.
And that's what people do.
Yeah.
People tell themselves, well, he should have worked harder and blah, blah, blah. Get out of here.
Yeah.
It's utter nonsense. That is not how people become poor.
That's America. How's my beard look, man? I keep forgetting to bring my brush
your
on
beard
today.
actually looks good. Sometimes it's too scraggly.
Yeah, gets a little patchy. But you know what I started doing, man?
What?
I'm gonna give you my secret. I got this beard pen, right? It's like
A what?
beard pen. That's like a filler. It's kind of like, I guess, eyeliner.
You're one of them dudes.
I mean, you gotta clean up the beard, bro. You see how sharp these lines
Listen,
are?
you're all hearing it firsthand. This dude is coloring up his beard.
I mean,
Ain't that suspect?
I'm not covering up the grays in the beard. I'm just filling in the holes that you said. Because when you said, sometimes it looks a little, what was the word?
Scraggly.
Is that good? I would say.
I mean, it's not ideal.
Now it is.
I mean, it does look good. I will admit it looks good.
Yeah, it's the beard pen.
But I don't think I would have told anybody I was.
I know I did just give away my secrets. But this is America, man.
I mean, everybody
People
does
get
it.
Lip injections.
Everybody does it.
injections.
And I will say, I'll tell you this. So when I did an appearance on my first national TV appearance was that QED show, IQ Smart Parent. And the makeup, I'd never been in makeup before. Like I'd never, sit in a chair and somebody comes over and does your makeup. And she did my makeup, and I started.
Every time before you get in front of the camera.
I always do it now.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, why would you present yourself in a less than stellar way?
Right. You gotta look sharp.
Yeah. So I can't hate because I straight up have a makeup bag somewhere. I think it's downstairs. I have a makeup bag now.
Yeah. Listen,
I'm pretty good at doing my own makeup.
Everything is perception these days.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like what you see isn't actually what exists.
Yeah. No.
It's a different world.
No, it is. It is.